Well, thanks for taking a minute and hearing a little bit about what we're doing with our latest and greatest kind of coaching program that we're working with churches. My name's Brett, and this is Taylor, our creative director, and this is Dave, our COO. This is a big title, COO. Yeah, I'm not sure what the title means. But
it means miracle worker.
There you go. Anything else that Taylor and I don't want to do? I'm sorry.
But we dropped it. Yeah.
Here's what we want to do. You know, you guys, for the last 20 years, I've had the privilege of serving in some of the larger churches in the country, and then we've coached over 500 churches that are on average about 3,000 in size. I grew up in a church of 100. We've tried to decide to take all that we've done in our kind of our consulting and production services and the kind of the premium package, and work with churches in a more of a cluster or a cohort to be able to help churches of all stages and sizes. Now, this thing is action-packed in this particular one. So, Dave, tell them just a little bit about some of the features that are kind of coming in this coaching program.
Right. So this is small group. This is what we would say is our classic small group ministry and campaign coaching. At the heart of what we've found to be the exponential strategy or the silver bullet that helps churches get to 75% to 125% of your weekend attendance is doing small group campaigns video-based. So that's what this is about.
It really came out of the genesis of my own journey at Saddleback when I first videotaped Rick on the stage for the book of James, and we got 100 new groups out of it. And so that just went to 40 Days of Purpose, etc. And it opened up all kinds of Christian publishers and parachurch ministries, and now a lot of churches around the country. I believe everybody's going to be doing this down the road, and that's job security for Taylor, because he's the one who makes it happen.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a large church or a small church. We've worked with all types of churches all over the country, and so this coaching program is going to specifically zero in on what kind of a church you are, what staff, volunteers, all that. We're going to figure out what resources you have, and we're going to create a model that works for you, especially as it comes to production. You know, a lot of times that can be intimidating, equipment and all this.
Right.
We've never done this before. Don't worry, we've worked with a lot of churches who have never done this before. They've got an all-volunteer staff. We've showed them what they can get or what they already have that isn't the Cadillac, but it's the Toyota or the Pinto version of, and we make it work.
He's too young to know anything about Pinto. They blew up. I don't know if you knew that.
I drive a Lamborghini, so I don't know anything else. But we're going to work with you no matter what your size is, no matter what your budget is, to create custom campaign curriculum, because that's what we have seen God do use in kind of really cool ways at these churches.
That's right.
Custom campaign curriculum.
The quality of what you've been producing, Taylor, continues to go up, and sometimes it kind of gets us out of the market of being able to serve churches of all stages and sizes. The thing that's so exciting for me is we bring the best of all that you've learned and the quality of what you do to churches that would never be able to afford those other packages. Now it gives us to kind of take the cookie jar down and put it on the lower shelf, which I love cookies. So that's a helpful thing. But Dave, talk about how it really leverages the life and the leadership of a senior pastor.
Yeah, so maybe you've done a 40-day campaign, or you've taken some off-the-shelf curriculum and kind of taken your whole church through it, and those are good, and those have helped many churches.
40 days is good because I helped develop it. So why would you want to do it? Sorry.
Just a few churches have gone through that.
30,000, that's all.
But your people in your church would rather have your senior pastor or your teaching pastors lead a campaign and lead their small groups through video. So it takes the best and the heart of the senior pastor, the teaching pastors, the things that God's pouring into their lives that they feel the church needs to be discipled in, puts it into a package so that the whole church together can move towards that goal of becoming more like Christ and impacting the world.
It really gets everybody on the same page. It builds momentum in your congregation. Many of you have done that, but it's that pastor factor when you have your pastor on camera. Now, Taylor, you have taken this, though, and we're coaching churches on all kinds of different creative formats, not just a talking head, but on all kinds of different strategies to be able to accomplish what we've tried to accomplish for years without media and technology.
Yeah, and Brett, you've been talking me up a lot, and that's because that's why I drive a Lamborghini out there. That's why I drive that.
I didn't even know how to spell that.
Well, no, and the cool thing is, touching on that as well, is we're going to walk you through not only video production, but we walk you through the print curriculum, writing this. How do you write this? How do you use the template, the Lifetogether template that's been so successful for so many churches for for so many years, walking you through writing that, the design process, all of that that seems big right now. We kind of shrink that down and make it something that you guys and your staff or your volunteers could take on. But yeah, to talk about what you're talking about with our different kind of formats, we've got our town hall format, we've got our table talk format, we've got a single
It's
teacher
kind of like
format.
this with all mic'd up and
Yeah,
stuff with a handful of folks.
And yeah, and if you join, you'll know a little bit more about what these formats are all about and why we've kind of created them so that churches large and small can do things that are more interactive. You know,
Right.
maybe you can't do a town hall right now, but you can do a table talk, and maybe it's not a table talk, it's testimonies or devos. Like we're seeing churches utilize different formats in different ways, and it's been really successful.
Well, it's the blood on your hands. It doesn't need to be the blood on yours to be able to find out ways to be able to accomplish things, whether you have a, kind of a, as he said, a low-cost budget or you've got a bit more premium and everything in between. I'm so excited for them to see the kinds of things that you've done because it'll stretch the rubber band for your team and kind of take them the next level. Oh, and the other thing is there's 4 different ways in which we're showing churches how to produce curriculum on a weekly basis so that they might be able to launch groups 52 weeks a year. That's one of the killer apps that's brand new in the last 6 months for even us. So I'm excited about being able to introduce that to you.
Yeah, so and another thing is it may be overwhelming to think, well, we don't have the manpower or the resources to pull this off. One of the things that we will do is walk you through doing a congregation survey in order to draw out some of those people, because you have probably a good handful, a dozen or more people in your church that can run a camera, that can edit videos, that can do graphic design, and we'll help you build that team to really make this successful, both from the production side, but also just from the project management, rolling it out, promoting it to the congregation, all those different things. We've got it mapped out. We'll walk you through it.
This really sounds good. I think I want to join this thing.
Yeah.
You
All
guys,
sign up today.
tomorrow I'm going to be, tonight actually, with Gateway Church and with Robert Morris's team in Dallas, and then in the afternoon with Prestonwood with Jack Graham and their team. Pretty extreme scenario. But the bottom line is I grew up in a church of 100 people raised by my single mom, my 2 sisters, kind of coming, kicking, and screaming in the back room. We're trying to figure out how to be able to do this for churches of all sizes and stages. So we have done this in a church of 50 that launched what was 9 groups in it and had 3 groups overseas in India in what was a prison, and they called it cell groups. Okay, that was like a bump. But it's true. It's like we could do this, and no matter where you're at, that's our hope. We'll show you inch by inch, step by step, week by week, what you could do over time. We'll also have somebody come out to be able to sit down with your team and kind of strategize on how to do this in your local church. Any final kind of thoughts from both you guys?
Well, I'll say that if you sign up for the coaching program, there'll be no more jokes from Brett. So
No more Lamborghini jokes, sorry.
No, but we want to see you. We want you guys to join with us. We want to be able to come alongside your team, your staff, pick up some of that weight that maybe you feel as we're talking about creating your own custom curriculum, making it feel like something you and your team can actually do, and then being able to run and do it your own and succeed in that. I mean, that's kind of the joy that we're kind of heading towards. So we'd love to have you guys join us.
Lamborghini, is it really a Lamborghini?
Yeah, no, it's a red one. It's a red one.
Hyundai.
Yeah, it's just spelled differently.
Last thought, Dave, as we kind of wrap.
Yeah, and we take a team approach to this.
Yeah.
So it's not just going to be one person working with you, but you're going to have webinar group opportunities. You're going to hear from Taylor's team how to do production. You're going to hear from my team on the coaching, consulting side, pastors, and from Brett. So we really want to wrap around your church to make you successful at the mission God's called you to.
It's awesome. Well, if you would give us a chance, we'd love to be able to connect with you, fill you in a little bit more, and kind of tether this out, talk with your team. We've got resources to be able to give to your pastors, elders, and rest of your team. So thanks for taking a minute. We hope this gives you a little teaser or taste of, an elevator version of what our heart and hope is for this upcoming new coaching program. Thanks again, and God bless you.